Everybody, welcome to the call today for Social Media Mastery for October 6th through the 12th. And we're going to walk through some things that I think you should be doing on social media, both from a core, what is it that you literally should be doing, and then some other things that we can do for extra lead generation. We'll talk about paid ads, we'll talk about social media posts, and then we'll also talk about short form videos. So listings to leads, what do we have for you? We have over 100 plus social media and lead gen engagement funnels ready to launch, pre-written daily post ads and video scripts ready to use, content that's going to help update, educate, and fascinate your audiences, proven a daily content calendar that we'll look at that is scheduled for the entire year. So if you don't even know what to do on a particular day, we've got a content training calendar that you can go to, get everything you need. And there are automated call to actions and lead capture behind all the content. And so that is absolutely key because we want to make sure that we are branding ourselves or getting our name out there, but that we're also able to capture leads and engage. And then lastly here, free and paid options to generate leads and connect with people. So before we get started, I just came up with this over the weekend and I did the best I could to present it. But I want you to really get it in your psyche, right? In your being, this idea of like lead compounding. And so what happens to most people, and I'll have to do another graph that shows the typical person, is you generate a couple of leads in week one, maybe a couple in week two. You try to follow up, nothing happens. And the problem is, you're not generating enough leads. All right, I know it sounds maybe a little bit counterintuitive, but like everything else in life, whether it's cooking or playing basketball or anything else, the first few times that you do something, you're not going to be that good at it. So think about, and this is from talking to a lot of people over the last decade, you've got to get enough people into your database. That is your first goal. Your first goal is to start getting to the point where you can generate in 20 and 10 leads. So we're looking at this chart here, and it's showing you that if you were to generate 20 buyer leads and 10 seller leads a week, so in week one, you got 20 buyer leads, 10 seller leads, and that is light. That's not even working very hard. You should be able to generate 20 buyer leads and 10 seller leads with listings to leads every single week at a bare minimum. And if you're not, you're just not using the program. And then, but here's the kicker. This is the key. If you do that for 12 weeks, you would have at a minimum of 240 buyer leads and 120 seller leads, of which I cannot guarantee or promise anything, but I can pretty much tell you that you're going to start getting listings. In fact, you're probably going to start getting listings in week 5 if you keep it up, when you've got 100 buyer leads and 50 seller leads. Does this make sense to everybody? When you're bouncing around and you're generating a couple of leads here and a couple of leads there, you're never getting to enough critical mass. You're never getting your database built up enough because you are overly concerned about the 3 leads, 2 of them I left a voicemail with, 1 of them had a bad number. They're not responding to my email. That's just the name of the game, right? That is just the name of the game. That is why you got to get enough input into the system to start fleshing out the bad. You don't even worry about it because now you're getting good and you're getting people to respond, but you're not getting to that point because you're not getting enough people into your database. But can anybody tell me if that makes sense? This idea of in the beginning, it's rough, right? You got a few leads, you got a database, you haven't really paid attention to it. Everything's a bit of a mess. And so your lead generation and your engagement and your conversion, you're just not getting enough critical mass to have a big enough audience that is going to start engaging with you. And your engagement has probably been pretty bad up until now anyways, perhaps. And so we want to make sure that we fix all of that. And to that point, let's give it about 15 seconds here with Dustin, who recently authored a book called The 6 Weeks to Real Estate Success.
Now it's listings to leads is what we're recommending all of our team members to use, and they're like high adopters. There's an easy button to run Facebook ads. There's an easy button to run Google ads. There's a checklist in terms of print marketing, like a nearby homeowner letter that can go out and invite people to our catered and food truck open houses. And it's just to stick to the checklist that they have in terms of building business. And this is honestly how we have scaled to getting about 2.2 additional transactions per listing. So I would say that's the one tool that we would not be able to live without. And I recommend that to people on our team that are joining to use, and anybody outside of our team. If they ask me, like, how are you doing it? We're an open playbook.
Awesome. We love to hear it. We thank you for sharing. We know
So easy system. We got the checklist. We got the calendar. We got the tools. You just got to use them. So there's a couple of things I want to mention. Did anybody have an open house this weekend? If you did, I want you to click on this later. We can cover it if enough people want to cover this, but it's essentially how to provide a summary after the open house. So you can see here, I just highlighted my post open house summary and sharing that with your audiences via listings to leads. So you can do a social media post. You can do a short form video. You can send an e-flyer to your database. I would call through some of the leads on my database, especially homeowners that maybe live around that listing. You got the nearby homeowner letter. You heard Dustin Fox just mention that. Using that open house, that nearby homeowner letter for your open house, post open house is an awesome way to get more engagement. And you can use it in a circle prospecting script. So take a look at this later. There's some screenshots here showing you got a sample of a summary right there and some information up here. So take a look at that later, because I think for a lot of you, if you did an open house this past weekend, hopefully you got some good leads using the listings to leads open house marketing checklist. Hopefully you see in the open house mastery where we walk you through how to make sure you're generating leads at a high level that come through the open house. And in fact, some of that I got from Dustin Fox in his book, 6 Weeks to Real Estate Success. So so take a look at that, because that is such a powerful way to generate more listings, is that post open house summary. Next thing here, I'm going to give to everybody. We can talk about this a little bit later, but I did want to bring it up, is if you've got neighborhoods in your area that are probably built like between or before 2000, maybe 95, depends on your area and how the investors are. But Angie here, and if you're in the mastermind group, you saw she just made a post today about how she got a listing from a just sold ad a couple of weeks ago and sold it in one day using listings to leads, sold it in one day. And now that seller is out looking to buy a home, and they're looking to buy a home quick. They're looking to buy a home quick because she just got her home sold. So how awesome is that? And we will be covering the just sold, yours or borrowed. But if you got homes that, and so I'm sorry, the reason why I mentioned that about Angie is the seller had told her that she had been approached by investors who were offering her half price on the home. And she was considering thinking about taking it. Not really considering. She was in discussions, widow, empty nester, needed to sell, older woman, probably just didn't want to deal with a bunch of stuff. And so the idea maybe in her head of selling the home is going to be a major process. Maybe I'll just take half off from an investor, versus working with a great agent that really took care of her and is now going to got the listing sold and is helping her find a new home. Absolutely awesome. And so this post here, I walk you through how to market to a neighborhood that might be getting hit by investors. Does that make sense? And I'm sure a lot of us have neighborhoods in our area that you could target. So you social media post, a social media ad, and listings to leads, you can do custom ads. And so take a look at this as well. Comment below it if you need any help with it. I would love to help you out, because I think this is a great opportunity to get people, and this is what's so awesome about this. If you connect with a homeowner that is already talking to an investor, and you can come in and talk about how your 26 page marketing plan from listings to leads, and you're a full service agent, this is what you would net after the proceeds of the sale, after closing at this price, more in this range. But you have those kind of conversations with homeowners in the area that are talking to investors, you're going to get more listings. I think a lot of people, they don't realize that selling with an agent, will make them more money. So the investor's probably telling them, oh, it'll be quick and easy. I'll give you cash right now. And they're trying to pressure them into selling to the investor, when going with an agent would be a lot better for them financially. So you got to have these conversations. You got to find these people. So take a look at this post. I give you the copy for the email, the social media post. This would make it an easy, super short form video script as well. So marketing, branding, engagement, conversion, right? So by having conversations with our audiences across as many platforms as possible. And this is a great piece of content, especially for those homeowners who are living in homes, like I said, that are being targeted by investors. And so you can see here, this is a custom landing page I created in listings to leads. In fact, what I'll do is I will copy this and see if I can. I will put this in the chat. So if anybody wants to grab that, you can grab it. And if you have any questions on this, again, get into the mastermind group, ask questions. But I think between the post open house, 7 ways to generate listings post open house, and taking a look at this investors, right? Targeting homeowners who are being targeted by investors. Great way to get more listings. So let's get into the account. Let's take a look at the 2 things I want you to do this week, no matter what. And then we'll get into a couple of things that you can also do on top of that. We're going to talk about paid. We're going to talk about free. And the goal here is to get you in front of thousands of people in your audience, and hopefully to get dozens of them, right? Dozens, maybe 100, to engage with you, either by commenting, by filling out a lead form, by emailing you, by texting you. There's so many ways to connect with people using listings to leads. So I'm going to go to the training. So I talked earlier about having that calendar, right? We talked about a calendar that we have for you. So if I click on training, you're going to see October 2024. Here is the week in question. And what are we always going to do? We're always going to market a listing that is for sale, ours or borrowed. And then we're always going to market a sold or pending listing, ours or borrowed. So marketing a listing is the easier one. If you click on that, you'll see there's the checklist, which I always recommend, especially in the beginning. You heard Dustin Fox, right? In that video mention about the checklist. This is what he's talking about. Right here, we've got a checklist for you. There's a QR code that you can scan, but the link is also right there. But look at this, Facebook ads. We'll do a social media post, and this is for your listing. And if you don't have a listing, you need to borrow a listing to market. In fact, Carlos, this past weekend, I just did the video on him. Borrowed a listing to hold open, $1.33 per lead, name, email, phone number, and purchase timeframe. So we're going to do all of these things here. And if you're a listing agent, you got a couple of bonus things that are really powerful. Holy cow. So that's the checklist right here. If you don't know how to do it, which you may not, click view for the guide. And then from here, just select what status. So coming soon, just listed, active or open house. So I'll click open house. And then we've got a walkthrough as if I was sitting next to you going through it. And I go through and here's the video. So there's a full on video if you want to watch a video, or we got text, pre-open house marketing, little videos from our clients talking about what they're doing. Absolutely awesome. So I've got the checklist. I've got a text write-up. We got a video walkthrough, and then go do it. Click on go to listings. And so I'm going to recommend getting this done today. If you got an open house next weekend, or if you're planning on doing an open house next weekend, get that ad done ASAP. please don't wait till Thursday or Friday to do your ad. I would do it today. So get your listing in the account, go with our support team if you need help. You can grab the listing using zip code and MLS ID number. You can use the My Farm Dominator tool to pull in listings. And then you can always add listing manually, or they come in automatically from a data feed. But once you got the listing in, so here I got an open house. And so this would be true whether it's coming soon, just listed, active, open house, pending, or sold. You can see here, right? Here's that checklist again. Here's the guide again. Or we try to keep this stuff in front of you so that you got access to it at all times. But I'm just going to click Facebook and Instagram ad. We've pulled in Facebook. So we pulled Facebook into listings to leads. And I don't think, remember when Dustin said the easy button? This is what he means by the easy button. This is what people absolutely love is, once that gets done scrolling, all you got to do is confirm the location. So Granite Bay, I got a lifetime budget. Yeah, let's see, let me try this again. And let's see if it's going to populate real quick. Give it a second here. It might be my connection. Let's see. In the ad here, so this is going to be automatically a Facebook lead ad. So it's going to capture name, email, phone number, and purchase time frame. All you got to do again, confirm the location, the budget. Don't know why it was taking a little while there. But yeah, so just confirm the budget, location, and click the green create ad button right there. All right. And again, that's going to send it out as a Facebook lead ad. Probably take about 30 minutes to get that live. And then you'll get lead notification emails, get those leads. You'll see it in the write-up. Make sure you got your CRM connected or that you got the follow-up from listings to leads connected to your account. We want to make sure that all of our leads are getting followed up with either again from your CRM or from the follow-up that is available from listings to leads. So we got the ad, we got the post that can get up to Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Google, and X. So the post, these aren't going to generate a lot of leads, but you definitely want to do it because you want people that are connected to your social media audiences to see your posts and to see that you're busy. And the ads are going to go out and get new people and bring them into your database and bring them into your audience. When you say borrow listings, you're referring to in-house listings, or do agents sometimes borrow listings? 90% of the time it'll be in-house. All right. Yeah. 90% it'll be in-house. Not always though. Not always. So if you know somebody that has a listing that you're going to someone at another company that you don't know at all, might be a little rough. But if you knew somebody from another company, and sure, ask. But I did have a client in the mastermind group say she's never had anyone tell her no. But I think she means mostly in her office. Especially in this market, people want help marketing listings. All right, now here's the other thing for social media. For the listing agents, this is for your seller. And you want to make sure you click the green send to seller button. Ian and Lauren, get the seller's email addresses in there, get your salutation, click send, and get that to your seller, because there is nothing better than having this on the seller's page, promoting you. All right. It's going to make you look amazing. They click the image in the post or the link. It's going to go to the single property website, which is beautiful. Counting down to the open house this weekend or November 8th. All the photos, that could have been a video, access to your 100-point home marketing plan. Right, they can download PDF guides, the maps, street view, just absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And you want that on the seller's wall, please don't. Dustin Fox told me a funny story one time, a couple of years ago. He said, Scott, he goes, my seller one time asked me for something to post on their Facebook page. And I remembered that Listings to Leads had those emails. I sent it to the seller and he got a listing. He got a listing because the seller's friend clicked the post, went to the single property website and filled out a lead form, right? Whether it was the follow this home, maybe, or maybe it was, I don't know what form they filled out. Could have been the when do you plan to buy, we can help. Maybe they downloaded the 100-point home marketing plan. Oh, that wasn't around when he told me that story. So it would have been something different. But the point is, he got a listing by sharing that with the seller. Now, when the seller gets this email, I would call him up and say something like, "Hey, Jolenta, this is Scott, and I want to make sure that we got the ad out for your property. We got a post out. The ad should be live here shortly. It's on Zillow. It's on Trulia. And I sent you something to share on your Facebook page because in this changing market, we don't want to leave any stones unturned. And you likely know people who know people that want to buy in the area." Seller is going to think you are so smart. They're going to think that is a great strategy to get those edge cases, get those people that maybe didn't see it on Zillow or Trulia, and it looks gorgeous. Looks absolutely beautiful. Now, I recommend when you send the post to your seller for the listing agents, just do the e-flyer at the same time. I know this is the database call, but send the e-flyer. And again, the e-flyer, look at that, beautiful. It rotates the first 5 photos. And again, people click the e-flyer, they go right to the single property website. It is so sad how so many e-flyers, I get emails all the time from agents, and the image isn't clickable, and it goes to like an IDX page. Oh my gosh, right? Don't send people to IDX. Then such a low conversion. So anyways. So that's for social media for the listing that you're going to market this week. Please I'm going to come back here. The longer you take to climb the ladder, I like that analogy right there. The longer you take to climb this ladder for compounding, the longer your business is going to suffer. You can sit here and say borrowing a listing is too hard. I don't have time to do it. I don't know how to do it. I'm uncomfortable doing it. The longer you go with that route, you're never going to get to where you want to be. So get a listing to market for the week. Ask somebody in your office, ask your broker if you need to, but market a listing that is for sale. And as always, like I said, it is best if you would go and do an open house next weekend. Yes, this webinar is being recorded. My sellers on 1.8 list, they don't submit, and that's fine. Yeah, you can't, but Jolenta, here's the thing though. You brought it to their attention. You gave them expert advice on a strategy to get more people. If they said no, then that's fine. You can't make. But what you did is you sounded intelligent. You sounded like an expert. You gave them the option and told them why it's important. But if they're not going to do it, then that's fine, whatever. But don't you ever be the one to not send it. I would always send it, at least the first time. Are we good there? Now, the second thing you're going to do every single week, and you'll see it right in the training calendar, is the sold and pending. So sold, pending, marketing, yours or borrowed. I've got the training for it. We've got the checklist. So again, I recommend downloading that checklist. It'll walk you through whether you're the listing agent or you borrowed it. And I know it sounds weird, the idea of borrowing a pending or sold listing, but I promise you, in fact, let me see here, the step-by-step guide. Yeah, right here. If you do not have a pending or sold listing to market this week, click here to learn how to borrow. And if I click that link, it's in the mastermind group. Yeah, this is such a great post. Such a great post. I'm going to put this you'll get to it via the training tab, but I'm going to put that link in the chat box, for everybody. This right here, if you want to start getting a listing a week in the next 12 weeks, this is what you need to do starting now. Just like if you want to do 30 push-ups at once in 12 weeks, you'd probably want to start now as well. So if you want to both get a listing a week and to be able to do 30 push-ups at once, start now. Because that way, maybe a little bit before 12 weeks, you're going to be hitting it. You're going to be hitting your goals. So let's all do that together. In 12 weeks, you will be getting a listing a week and you'll be doing 30 push-ups at a time. I walk you through and you'll see here, this is a kind of a taste of what that looks like when I borrow a pending or sold listing. I don't use the property photo. I use like a image down the street like this. I use the status, of course, so I don't use the street number either. So you notice it does not say 786 Maple Drive. It just says another home pending in Folsom, or it could say like another home pending on Maple Drive, but we're not going to use the photo or the street address, and you are still going to generate great leads. You're still going to generate great leads from this. So let's go to listings. And I believe in that video, I show you how to add the pending and sold, and I go through all of it. And so you can see here, this is my listing at 694 Douglas. And this is an example of a sold listing that I borrowed. Notice it says another home on Douglas Boulevard, and it's got a little thumbnail of a few homes down the street. And then for my listing, it's a picture of the property with the street address. Just click the green market listing button. In fact, I clicked the wrong button, but that's all. I'm back here. Click the green market listing button. And again, just like before, you're going to land on the overview. We got the checklist, the guide. So again, the guide is where you're going to find the link. And so for the Facebook and Instagram ad, you could run it today for a week. And again, this is the core marketing, $85 a week for Facebook and Instagram ads. So you're going to do $35 for that listing that is for sale. And you're going to spend $50 for a listing that is pending or sold. And so again, here you're going to see, we got everything done for you. 100% of that budget goes to the ad. All you got to do is confirm location, the radius of 15 miles. That's going to special housing ad category. Everything is done for you. Lifetime budget, $50, start and end date. Now, the only thing that's different about a pending or sold listing, first of all, this will generate seller leads. So this is going to generate seller leads. And if you want, you can retarget. So if you've got a custom audience that works for you, sometimes an audience is just not a good audience. Just for whatever reason, it doesn't work. So if you try doing ads with a custom audience and they don't perform that well, just go back to doing it to location, right? If I do it to just Folsom, California, that's going to be totally fine. Using custom audiences, if they work for you, can be great, but they are not something that you need to let stop you from getting going right now. Because again, you're never going to get to 30 push-ups if you don't start doing one today. It doesn't need to be perfect. You just need to do it. So get it out there. You'll start generating leads. So I'm going to uncheck that. I'm going to click create ad. And just, I should have shown you, you can change, we have 10 to 12 templates that you can select from. If you click that edit image right there, I'll come back to this here in a minute. Let me show you here the social media post. Let's get the post done as well. That'll go to all of our socials. And then we've got, again, for the listing agents, the share on the seller's page. So this is where it gets so awesome for you listing agents. Imagine the seller posts it when it's just listed, and then they post it again when it's an open house. And then when it goes into contract, I'm telling you, when it goes into contract, pending and contract, that is my favorite, because that is when people start getting excited, especially the friends, right? When your seller posts that their home is now on contract, that is the best. And then obviously sold, right? That's what we're here for. We're here to get property sold. And the cool thing is you can do this where you're the selling agent. So if your buyer bought a property, that makes you the selling agent. You can add that as a just sold selling agent listing and do all the same marketing. So absolutely brilliant. And of course, just like before, click send to seller. If you sent it previously, it'll go out automatically. You will be CC'd. The seller is going to think it came from you. And again, this is gold. You can't even buy this kind of publicity to an audience that is so connected via your client, right? Awesome. Just like the listing for sale, and I don't think I mentioned this, for when we market a listing that's for sale, do the short form video. You got a video script right here. Here's the script on the right-hand side. These, if you have not done short form video and you start doing them, you're going to see a 3 to 4x of your views, probably within a few days. Within a few days, you will see a 3 to 4x of your views. Now, if you've done video, you know how good it is, but what you may have a problem with is what to do every day. All right. It can get hard. The hardest part about doing video is what are you going to do the video about? We got that covered. And listings to leads every day of the week, pretty much there's a video script. In fact, sometimes there's more than one. So here's your video script. Pretty much says, hey, everybody in Folsom, want to let you know that 694 Douglas Boulevard just sold. You can get all the photos and the price details by texting 102-129 to 25678 or DM comment below and I'll send you the information. It was a beautiful home on a corner lot with a great primary bedroom opening to the backyard. Absolutely beautiful. But now that this home is sold, you're going to want to know what your new home value is going to be because nearby home values have changed. You can go to california.freehomevalues.net to get your updated home value estimate now. I think you're going to like if you're interested in discussing how easy it is to sell, to get multiple offers on your home, let's talk. How easy is that, right? What a great script. Obviously you saw if you're reading it while I was saying it, you know, I didn't go word for word. I always improvise a little bit. That's the way it is. But all you have to do is click the green send button, send that to yourself. And then we got teleprompter apps. If you want to use them, they're free. They do have, or I should say they have free versions. And then if you don't know, what is he talking about? Click the blue button. And there's a video here, everybody. So once you get the script, and there's a video of me there walking you through how to use this. And for those of you that are still not doing video, you don't have to be in the video. Like I could record, let's say I'm going to do for a pending listing that's not mine. I could just walk down the street, walk down the block in that area, maybe in front of the house without focusing on the house and just record it as I'm filming what's in front of me. If you're really not wanting to be in video, I get it, but it still doesn't mean you can't do the video. There's a big difference between not wanting to be in the video and actually doing the video. So let's focus on doing the video and then we'll worry about getting you in the video. We have done a listing that is for sale and we've done a listing that is pending or sold, ours are borrowed. Is everybody clear on that? Tomorrow we'll discuss some of the database things that we can do. Wednesday we'll talk about some of the things for the farm and circle prospecting. But we don't want to we got to have conversations with our audience every day of the week, right? Every day I want my audience to hear from me. Otherwise they're going to be hearing from other people and that's not acceptable. So you're going to see every day of the week, there's something else going on here. So PDF guide for seller. Every week, what we do is we rotate between buyer guides and seller guides. We pick from the top 16 guides system wide as far as Facebook ads, and then we put them into the training. Now you've got 80 guides total. There are 4 buyers, there are 40 for sellers, but we just picked the top 8 because no one's going to remember what they saw 4 months ago. Again, here's the checklist. Here's the step-by-step guide, both video and written. And then if I click view, I'll go to the guides. And Greg, thank you for the question here. Does SEO field help? The best thing for SEO is the YouTube video. Even if you're doing a property video, which I'm sure a lot of you are, still do the YouTube video in listings to leads because that will typically get on page 1 of Google and knock out somebody else. I've seen those YouTube videos from listings to leads hit page 1 of Google in 15 minutes from the time it was produced. Absolutely nuts. Are we posting to the business page or no, business. Yeah, you cannot post to a personal page. You can share back to your personal page, but Facebook will never allow you to run an ad on a personal page or post from another system to a personal page. The only way to do that is if you do it manually or you share it back. And I would only do that very sparingly. Yeah, get with support. Get with support. They can help you out with that. support, just go into your account, click on the support tab. We looked at the trending calendar and we saw on Tuesday, we're talking about PDF guides in this week for sellers. 5 dangers of overpricing your home, marketing tools. Now, we don't have to spend any money here. First thing off the bat, you do not have to spend any money here. If you got budget and you want to spend money, I wouldn't spend it on this ad. No, people do. And if you got the budget and you want to do it, and it could be a great mix in your paid strategy, the mid-funnel leads, typically coming in between 10, 12 to 20 bucks. So 12 to 20 bucks, sell a lead here, name, email, phone number, and selling time frame. So not at all. There's better ways than listing the leads, but you got a social media post. This is a great post to get out. All right. 5 dangers of overpricing your home. All right. You post that now, or you can schedule. What I would do is I would come here and I would schedule this to post. People click it. They go to the landing page where they can download that PDF guide, completely branded to you. Everything is already done. You don't need to attach the guide. You don't need to do the landing page. It's all automatic. You can edit the text if you want to. I don't recommend editing the stuff too much. And in fact, I was talking to a client about a week ago, and she was spending so much time customizing things and not getting great results. And as I looked at it, I was like, it's not clean. I was like, just if you stick with the defaults, you will typically do a lot better, right? And at least in the beginning, until you learn what your kind of average cost per lead is going to be, and that's still going to always bounce around somewhat. But until you get a feel for results, then you can start changing things around. But there's no need to focus on trying to get something edited that much. But anyway, social media post, again, if you're not yet doing video, this right here will probably 3x or 4x your views per your average post. If you are doing video, again, your biggest issue is having content, and Listings to Leads has the content. It's a great script, awesome script right here. All you got to do, click send, drop in your email address, click send, get that off to yourself. And again, here we got links to the apps. That's a link to iOS, Apple. Here's a link to Google, Android. And then again, here's that blue button where I walk you through how to do it. It's easy. And right, we want more free things, right? I don't want to have to pay for every little tiny thing I do, right? That gets old, right? So yeah, you could run an ad, but you know what? Doing a short form video is going to be awesome. Get the post out there. And now, for those of you doing Google, and again, you heard Dustin Fox mention Google ads as well. Our Google ads are phenomenal. I believe it's a $30 add-on in Listings to Leads for that. And I don't recommend Google for people until they have a steady stream of business coming in, because this is like $1,000 to $1,500 a month. Look at that. Your daily budget of $50. The worst I would ever go down on that would be like 20, but I wouldn't expect much. $30 a day minimum is what you're spending on Google. Now those leads are better, but I'm also going to go broke doing it if I don't have enough of my budget. So be sure to check that. Okay. How do I join the Facebook group? You got to get an invite from support. So just click on support in your account. Just let them know you want to get an invite. It's a private group, so there's no other way other than an invite. So get the post done at a minimum. And here in the post, notice I can schedule it for Wednesday. You don't have to do it. Don't do everything to go out today. So you can schedule that post. So again, now we got a conversation with our audience around listings that are for sale. We're having conversations with our audience around listings going into contract and selling. We're having conversations with our audience around a guide called 5 Dangers of Overpricing Your Home. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about getting that to our seller leads in our database and calling some of those seller leads up to let them know that we emailed them this guide and see if they have any questions. And then the other thing this week, now if I had the money for a third ad, so obviously the first 2 ads I'm going to run for my listing, and then my sold pending listing. Now, one thing I didn't say about sold pending, which I normally do, these are the best quality seller leads for the money. And that's why I'm so insistent on them. The reason I am so insistent on these is A, they engage people at a higher level. In fact, I got a slide. Let's go to my slide on this. So again, yeah, pending or sold listings, yours or borrowed. Great way to engage. Great way, especially the pending. It allows you to tell a story. In fact, let me show you my single property website. I change out all the text on my single property website when a listing goes pending, and again, when it goes sold. Like I said earlier, best engagement from homeowners looking to sell soon. Best cost per quality seller lead. And this right here, you will start getting a listing a week in 4 weeks. You will. If you were to do the short form video for every single pending or sold listing that came through your neighborhood or your sales area. Imagine every single pending or sold listing that comes through your area. And I'm going to show you a pending listing that is borrowed so you can see how it looks. So I would like you all to get excited about this. I know everybody here wants to double their social media visibility and engagement. And if you were just to do every short form video for every pending or sold listing that came through, now not a post, not an image post, not some goofy thing. Let me show you. So here's a sold listing that's where I borrowed it. And here is a pending listing. And if I click the green market listing button, there's only so many ads you can do, right? You got budget. Hey, if you got a ton of budget, go do a ton of ads. You don't want to do a ton of posts, right? The standard post, 1 or 2 a day max, depending on what you're doing. But I could do 1 to 2, even 3 short form videos a day. And maybe I don't want to, 3 might be a lot, but there is no reason why, in addition to what we're doing here, that you could layer on doing the short form videos for every pending and sold listing, yours or borrowed. Check this out. Here's a script on a pending listing that's not mine. So this is a script, it's not even in my account. If it was in my account, I could use the part about send a text, but I could do a video. Hey, everyone in Folsom, I'll let you know that another home on Maple Drive in Folsom is now pending. It's a great home on a corner lot with a primary bedroom that walks out into the backyard. Absolutely beautiful property. I toured it last week. Great lighting as well. And I'm not surprised it went into contract so fast. Now, when this home closes escrow, all the local homes in the area are going to change in that area. So I want you to either DM or comment below. I'll get a new home value update to you so you can see what your home value estimate is now. I think you're going to what you see. Any questions, let me know. But they're hearing about the pending listing from me, most likely. I bet most people that see that video, you would have been the person that they heard about it first, about that listing either selling or going into contract. Yes. Yes, it's free. And yes to Insta YouTube. Yep. So you just upload it to Instagram. So right from your phone. So record the video. You don't even need a teleprompter app. It's great to do. Maybe you start off with just a standard video in the beginning. Maybe the teleprompter app might be a complete pain in the butt for you, and it's just keeping you from getting it done because you're trying to figure out how does this app work. Just record the video, right? Because here's what happens. As you get more comfortable and you see how it works, you're going to go, oh, this is actually not so bad. And then you'll learn the teleprompter app, right? Then you'll be like, oh, this is not bad. Okay, great. Then you're going to learn how to do the captions. Then you're, oh, this is not so bad. This is pretty easy. Then you're going to do other things, but you can't get to those other things until you do that really bad first video. And you upload it to Instagram Reels. I would upload it to Instagram Stories. I would upload to YouTube Shorts, TikTok, and Facebook. And try to keep it to about a minute, right? I know YouTube Shorts are going to go to 1.5 minutes on the 15th of October, which is awesome. So you'll see in these scripts, we try to keep it to about 1.5 minutes. We don't want you, short form videos are not to jibber jab, right? Short form videos are to the point, get to the call to action and move on. How can we get the reply? Like I said, either you can give them, if the listing is in your account and you're subscribed to the text IVR service, you'll see in the script, it'll give you that code that you can just say, you can get all the photos, price, details by texting 25796 to 25678 or DM or comment below. And then that way you can grab the link and DM it to them. Are you kidding me? That is so awesome. That would be what I wanted, where I can engage them in the DMs. That's what you pay money for. Any questions on that? So your minimum is one listing in your account that's for sale that you're going to market. You'll do an ad, a post, a short form video. If you're the listing agent, you'll get the social media post to your seller and do the email as well. You will also do a sold or pending listing, yours or borrowed. You will do the ad, the post, the short form video. If you're the listing agent, you will do the two tools for the seller, the post and the email. You will also do the marketing for the guide. You don't have to do the ad, right? I'm not promoting you doing the ad per se, but you will do the social media post on Wednesday. And let me bring back up I was going to bring up that guide again just to show you one more time, right? PDF guide for seller leads. So these are the seller guides. So again, keep in mind, we are having conversations with our audiences. A listing, and I know the problem is we all think of listings as listings. Listings are content. All you need to think about with listings is they are content. And that's why, what does content have? Content has great text or audio. It's got great images or video. And that's what we do as agents. We create content. The house just happens to be the subject matter, but we are content creators when we list a property. The problem is you're just not getting that content out to your audience. Make sense? And then we're going to do the same thing when the listing goes pending or sold. We're going to have that conversation across social media postings, short form videos as well. So that's another conversation we're going to have. And then the fourth conversation this week on the 10th, home value estimate or invite. Step-by-step guide, marketing tools, landing page. So I'm going to click on marketing tools. Everyone has this landing page in your Listings to Leads account, fully customizable, fully editable. So you can see if I click on edit, I can open the editor. This could be a full screen video. It could be, in fact, let me just show you here. If I go to open editor, there's a lot of really cool things I can do with this landing page. In fact, let me show you how this works real quick. So check this out. Address, get value estimate. Hopefully nobody changed it out. Perfect. We have 120 buyers for homes in Folsom. If one of our buyers loves your home, what price would you sell it for? This is editable. So sometimes you might put, would you like to receive a cash offer within 24 hours? So let me show you that second page there in the editor here, page 1, where it says pricing, and then 120 won't be there. I added that myself. By default, it would just say like this, right? We have buyers, By default, it'll look like this on page 2 for the home value landing pages. And this is true for Property Valuation Plus and your account's free home values landing page. But what you can do is just change that text to like, would you like to get a cash offer within 24 hours? So again, I was saving it from the other one. So where it says we have buyers for homes in, say, would you like to see a offer? And I might say cash offers can often be made within 24 hours. Boom. Right. How cool is it? And then it goes, and then after that, they just fill it out and they get their home value estimate as standard. But again, under the marketing tools, and this page, there's nothing you need to do to this page. But again, you can come in and change the image, this could be a video on the page itself. And then you got the Facebook and Instagram ad. Again, if I had $85 to spend on Facebook ads, I would do the for sale and the pending sold. But if I had another $50, then I would spend it on this one, right? The home value. So we're going to use traffic by default. All you got to do is type in location. So I got to type in location. We get everything else taken care of. And again, yeah, you can always change everything, but we do have it set up. So if I want to say, you know what, I got the ad going out today for my for sale listing, maybe I got an open house next weekend. So I got that ad out. I got an ad out for my pending sold. And so for this one, I'm going to start this one on, let's say the 10th, October 10th. And I'll let it run through, let's just say the 17th, $50. Again, you got the retargeting option and click create ad. And again, everything is already set up on that landing page. If you've never even seen that landing page in your account, that ad and everything would still work absolutely perfectly. And here's the cool thing. These people will get a home value estimate update every month going forward. So the first week of every month, so if you generate a lead today on this or this week, next week, whatever, first week of November, they're going to get the home value estimate update email again, where they can come back and engage with you. We got Google ads, again, expensive, great. But what I want you to do is the social media post for sure. That's free, doesn't cost anything. And we don't have a short form video description for this one. So we got the farm and circle prospecting scripts. And so what I would do, I would still do a short form video on this. And I would just give just sort of like a weekly market update. And in fact, it was so crazy. I went into, I can't remember if it was Chat GPT or Grok. And I did, here, let me see, hold on. I wonder if I can do this again. I was actually surprised that it essentially gave me a CMA or at a neighborhood level. Here, hold on a second. Let me show you. I forgot I could film this to myself. I took a screenshot of it. It was so nuts. Let me see here. No, maybe I'll have to find it later. I don't want to hold up everybody. Yeah. Anyways. Yeah. But I went to Grok. Yeah. Or it could have been ChatGPT either way. But I literally said, give me an analysis of home sales. And literally I said the neighborhood name and I gave the city and zip code as well. And it gave me like how many homes were pending, how many sold. There was a price drop in one home, whatever, but I was shocked. It was like crazy. So maybe I'll do a little video on that a little bit later. I'll put it in the mastermind group. But again, that's another conversation. Tomorrow we'll talk about getting that to your database, but at least this week, get that social media post out and do a quick short form video for your audiences. And again, tomorrow we'll talk about the database, getting that out to our database, seller leads. And then on Wednesday, we'll talk about how to use that in the GeoFarm strategy. So anything, oh, wow, I could not do better in timing. That's crazy. Any questions on anything we covered today? Are you all ready to climb the ladder? I love that analogy. I'm going to have to build that into this. But if you can have this in your mind, I think it'll help you out a lot. Where and when this will be available probably the next couple hours, youtube.com/listings to leads. And in fact, for all of you, have you seen, I'm going to bring it over here from my other screen. We now have 1 minute lead tip videos and we got a playlist. I'm going to drop it on you
Hey, hope you had a great open house this weekend. Carlos,
Oh yeah, there's actually a good one.
hey, hope you had a great open house this weekend.
Carlos here borrowed a listing to hold open, and he was generating leads at $2.33 each. Name, email, phone number, and purchase time frame. Absolutely awesome. So make sure you are using the listings to leads market listing checklist or your open house, yours or borrowed. Best thing to do every week to generate both listings and buyers as well. So you'll see here we got social media, free, paid videos, your database, we got that covered. Your farm and circle prospecting, got that covered. So you use the checklist to make sure you're generating a lot of great leads. And then in listings to leads, I want to get to the open house mastery presentation. It's going to help you close more of those people coming through your open house. It's got script, it's got the handouts, it's got the other things to do to prepare your open house to be an event that people are not going to forget. So get that into your listings to leads account, go to the training tab, click on the open house mastery presentation. Let us know if you need any help. We'll talk to you soon. Our client Tommy listed, let me Google that for one of his over 40 different PDF docs. Let me drop that link in here for everybody as well. And I'll show you the open house mastery. Man, you got to use this. Right in the training tab right here, right in the training presentations. We got real estate masters. So this is where you can link right to the YouTube playlist for all these calls. And then open house mastery. This actually has, let's see, how do I autoplay more? Let's see. Maybe if I go to, oh yeah. So I think you go to Google Slides and then click it. And then from here, you can go to slideshow. So if you want to, like, for example, if you're a broker or a lender or a trainer or a coach and you want to present this, it's a beautiful presentation and it walks you through how to turn open house into an event so that by the time you do a second open house, people are going to start remembering who you are. They're going to start seeking you out. You're going to engage with more homeowners and get more listings. And you're also going to get more buyers. I highly recommend take a look at this presentation. Start. And this is stuff Dustin Fox does some of this stuff. A lot of top agents do a lot of the stuff. And so what I did is I just took all of the stuff that they do and I brought it into one strategy training for you. And so again, get this and learn how to turn your open house into an event that everyone's going to absolutely love. So with that, anything else for me before I let you go? Ask support for an invite to the mastermind group as needed. Get into the mastermind group. Let me know if you need help with anything. Victoria, you good? Tony? Awesome. Perfect. They were good. Everybody listen, have an awesome week. Join us tomorrow for the database call. And did you all see since you're still hanging out with me, did you all see the FSBO and expired marketing plan that are now live in your accounts? Check this out, 26 pages. Just like the one we have for your regular listing presentations, we now have these for expired and FSBO. Absolutely filler. I bet there are programs that charge more than we do and don't even have as good of an expired package. Programs that target expireds. So we got a for sale by owner and we got for expired. So get into the mastermind group. There's actually some stuff in the mastermind group on this. The landing pages, the PDF guides, and the 26-page branded marketing plan for both expireds. I thought I had one, man. It looks so good. Let's see this enrollment letter. Right here. Boom. The complete marketing plan to get your expired home sold. Got your intro, how we create a marketing plan around their home. And you know what the best part about this is? On page 15, and in fact, right there are QR codes. And when the seller scans, look at that. Is that gorgeous? So beautiful. So whether they scan that QR code or the QR code right here, in fact, every time I do it, I totally can. Let me know if you can scan the QR code. I can make it bigger if I need to. In fact, let me scroll up to the sign writer. How good does that look? That's hot, right? Scan the QR code, look how good that looks. This would be for when I've got an expired home in my area and I really want that home. I'm gonna list that home. I'm gonna add it to listings to leads as status expired. I gotta upload a photo. So go take a photo of the property. Remember, we're content creators. We are content creators. So getting a good photo of the home is part of content creation. Yeah, Victoria, does that look amazing or what? It looks so good on the phone. In fact, it looks better on the phone than it does. I think it looks better on the phone than it does on the laptop. It looks great on the laptop, but I'm just saying. In fact, I'm going to go make that lead form optional so that people can see it without having to, let me show you what I do for just sold. If you're still on this call, I see most people are. So real quickly here, I'm going to put a link into the GoToWebinar control panel. You can see here, I got FSBO draft, expired, for sale by owner, listing presentation, another FSBO draft coming soon. But what I want to show you first is the language I use on a pending sold. Because I didn't mention this earlier and I should have. When you do an ad or a post for a pending sold, especially if it's yours, give it a little story behind it. So notice here, and I do this in the ad too, in the post, 694 Douglas Boulevard, Folsom, just sold. Notice how I put the price, $75,000 over the Zillow's estimate. Our 100-point home marketing plan got over 50,000 views for this home on Facebook. So I'm going to drop this link. Yeah, Victoria, right? It looks amazing. It does. It just was, wow. I'm putting this link. Boom, there we go. So check out that link. I'm going to let it sit there for a few seconds. Oh, that form is optional. Good. And think about doing this on your listings and listings to leads, because here's the cool thing. At the end of it, I say, download your 27-page copy, it's really 26, at view your marketing plan below. And then right here, get top dollar for your home with a 100% home marketing plan. Boom. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So yeah, take a look at that. And I do something similar for pending as well. So when a listing goes into contract, obviously I'm not going to put, when it went into contract at X. No, but I do change up. In fact, let me see. Let me take a look at one real quick. Pending. Let's see if I did it for this one. So here's my single property website for a pending listing. That's not mine. So remember what I talked about before, how I don't use the street number on the listing that I borrow that's pending or sold. I use another home on, and then I use a photo kind of like down the street. And I think that almost looks better, right? Do it a nice time of night. Yeah, here, check out my pending listing as well. You'll see the language I use around a listing that's not even mine, to have a conversation with homeowners and people thinking about selling. That's going to benefit me, right? Here's the thing about content creation and content. It is not always the original creator that gets all the benefit. And by that, in reels, right? You can remix reels and share them, and the remix is what goes viral, not the original one. Or it's the reaction video, right, that someone does on YouTube that gets 80,000 views when the original video never broke 500. So don't think that just because it's not your listing that you can't ethically, and everything. Now, obviously, if it's a listing for sale, borrow that listing as appropriate with permission. But I'm talking about when listings go pending or sold, you don't use a street number, don't use a photo of the listing, and just market it like you see here. You will get more conversations, you will get more listings. And with that, I do have to go. I got another meeting here coming up in a little bit. So thank you everybody for joining us. Get into the mastermind group. Give me some feedback on these webinars. I'm trying to make sure that they are actionable, easy, and comprehensive for you. Join us tomorrow for the database call, Wednesday for the GeoFarm Circle Prospecting call, and we'll talk to you soon.